She called me the family failure until I raised the daughter she abandoned and watched her read our names off the courtroom adoption papers. It started with a Facebook tag. My sister Julia had posted a photo of her daughter's science fair project with the caption, "When your child succeeds despite the cautionary tale she sees every holiday, thanks for being the warning sign, Aunt Rachel." I stared at it for 10 minutes. My phone lit up with messages from friends asking if I was okay. I wasn't, but I'd learned long ago not to show it. Julia and I were never close. She was the straight A student, homecoming queen, med school graduate, who married a pediatric surgeon and moved into a gated community. I was the college dropout who opened a small bookstore cafe downtown. I loved my life, even if my family didn't understand it. Every Thanksgiving, she made a show of asking me how my little shop was doing. Every Christmas, she'd nudge her daughter Emily and say, "Now tell Aunt Rachel what you want to be when you grow up." Someone responsible, right? Always with a smile that barely hid the dig. Still, I showed up. For Emily. She was sweet and curious and always lingered near me, asking about the books I loved, sketching little ideas for her own stories. Then Julia's life began to crumble. Her husband left her for a nurse. She was too busy fighting a custody battle to keep up the perfect facade. One night, Emily showed up at my shop after school, said her mom forgot to pick her up. Then it happened again. And again. Eventually, a school counselor called me. Emily had listed me as her emergency contact. Julia hadn't shown up for a parent-teacher conference or even called to reschedule. CPS got involved. They found Emily alone in the house with frozen dinners and bills piling up. Julia was spiraling, drinking, lashing out. They needed someone to take Emily. I didn't hesitate. It was supposed to be temporary. But temporary turned into permanent when Julia screamed in court that she never wanted that freak sister raising her child. I'll never forget the day the judge finalized the guardianship. Emily hugged me and whispered, "Can I call you Mom now?" A month later, Julia showed up at my bookstore window. She didn't come in. Just stood outside watching as Emily helped me restock shelves, her laughter echoing through the space. She wore one of my aprons and proudly pointed out her staff pics display. Then she saw the sign we'd painted together taped to the front. Emily's Corner, where stories begin. Julia stood there for almost half an hour. She didn't wave. She didn't cry. She just stared. I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. Because the sister she mocked for being a failure turned out to be exactly what her daughter needed to thrive.